Today we have a superhero tool. This one right here packs a couple features that really elevate it and make it a special tool besides just a normal tool. Now, Dakoyu, this is the outdoor multi-function tool. It was sent to the channel from a seller on AliExpress, so thanks to them. And I will put links as well. One of the things I want to keep in mind to mention to you is that this is around the same size as something like the Victorinox. I think this is maybe the Huntsman right here, and it will be a little bit wider, but it will be around that same general size. One of the things I like about it right away, again, is this pocket clip, really cool right there. And then we see that the tools do lock. So huge fan of that as well. All right, on the end, we have a Phillips screwdriver. And at the beginning, I was very disappointed because I thought, man, the 1/4" driver doesn't, I guess it sort of fits in there in this one, but it doesn't fit that well. It definitely doesn't fit with the Leatherman one very well at all. Really wobbles around. But I thought I'd try the Roxxon adapter, and man, it fits right on there. So you can buy the Roxxon bit kit and all the bits right there for, I think, around $10 or so, and you've got a winner. So again, that locks into place, so a big fan of that as well. All right, let's talk about the interior tools. So I really like that it has longer implements. I feel like that's definitely a good thing. A lot of times, again, we're stuck with these teeny knives, about that big or so. This one, the knife looks fairly beefy right there. And then again, all these tools lock, and then you pull down for them to unlock. Now, one of the things I did notice was it is a little harder to get to some of these inside implements, but if I work my way from this side, it's actually a lot easier. So let's go ahead and talk about these. Now, the one on the end right here on this side, we've got the saw right there. And then this one right here, we have got the wire stripper. It looks like a bottle cap lifter, the can opener as well. And then sometimes they call this a micro screwdriver on the end. Then we have a serrated blade, and then we also have an awl as well. And again, why I'm impressed is this awl looks about the same size as one you'd find in the Leatherman. So some of these tools do, again, look fairly long for the size of the tool. So big fan of that as well. One of the tools I wanted to mention also was beside the awl, there is a file, and then you do have a screwdriver tip on the end. And then on the other side is like a depth gauge little ruler as well. So that one right there is another tool in this handle. All right, so let's get to the star of the show. And the star of the show will actually be this pair of scissors that comes off. Now, again, when the scissors come off, you'll notice that this is actually a little bit thinner than the Victorinox. And it's just those scissors essentially that are making it thicker. And then this on the side right here. But it's actually a fairly more of a manageable thin tool without the scissors, but the scissors are fairly compact as well. So we have these right here as well. So great set of scissors. Let's go ahead and check them out. All right, so we're back to check these pair of scissors out against paracord. Let's do that right away. Whoops, right there, because I feel like that's one of the most recognized tests for scissors. So these actually seem to do a really good job against paracord. No issues with that whatsoever. But let's go ahead and check it against some other things. So let's do this bicycle inner tube right here. And again, it seems to cut really well through that. Then let's go ahead and cut part of a Band-Aid right here. And again, cuts through that very well. And then let's go ahead and cut this zip tie, and it just shreds the zip tie. So no issues with that either. So that seems to work really well. And then I'm going to go ahead and maybe just rip off this small little sticker just for another precise cut. And then, yeah, it just cuts really well through there as well. So I feel like this does a really good job. These scissors seem very sharp. They're fairly comfortable in the hand. I was a little worried about this piece of metal, which seems a little awkward. But as long as you're not having to shove these scissors against your hand, you should be fine. But again, just be aware that is a little different. It doesn't seem to create an issue, but just be aware of that. All right, so again, really fantastic little pair of scissors. Big fan of that as well. And then you just fit that back in there, and it's locked into place. This button unlocks it right there, and then you have it locked in place like that. So again, this comes in around that $24 mark up to the $30 mark. And also wanted to mention here we have the box that comes with it as well. Really doesn't tell hardly any info, just how to unlock it and so forth. And then you do also get a bag right here with just some plastic around it as well. Now this does come in the total tool at 4.8 ounces or 136 grams. And again, when we talked about the length of this, it's very close again to your larger Victorinox multi-tools. And then let's go ahead and just set it right here again, just to compare that with as well. So pretty cool little tool. If you're fine not to have a set of pliers, I think this will be very handy, or it would actually work really good with like the Knipex Cobra water pump pliers, the 4, the 5-inch. So that could be a really good option as well. Again, this is more of your armbar, Gerber armbar, more of your pocket tools. So I think it's a sort of cool option. Again, that $24 range, it's a fairly budget option and seems to be pretty good.